keep my arms down.
Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Big talking Brewskis. Marissa Smith is who you see. Water cooler combo in here. Crack a cold one, we're on the air. Kicking back, having a few beers, we're chatting. Pull up your chair, we're all relaxing. Any subject, we never dismiss. Big talking Brewskis with Marissa Smith. Comedy, sex, relationships, more. Any subject, we got it in store. Big talking Brewskis is coming in live. Crack when open, Marissa has arrived. Big talking Brewskis.
Hey guys, happy Saturday! It's special edition, Big Talking Brewskis. We're recording on a Saturday. I know it's freaking my bean too. As always, I have Rodney Daniels with me.
What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. I'm eating a Reese's Heart.
Yes, his heart is filled with peanut butter.
Oh,
yeah. We got Christy Miller with us.
What's up?
And Robert Puncher.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
So,
We were saying what's up, right? That's
yes,
what
what's up? Yes. So, Christy, what's going on with Mayweather right now?
Why did you guys see him shopping at Gucci after the whole blackface sweater thing taken off? And he's like, I'm not a follower. I don't give a fuck. I'm shopping. I don't follow motherfuckers. I'm like, okay, you just gave money to a company that don't give a fuck about you
Right.
or their skin color and thinks you're less of a person.
Right.
So good luck. But that's pretty much every corporation, isn't it, though?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, can we shop?
You know,
Yeah.
and it's like
Black in America, I can't shop at anything.
yeah, because then, like I'll be wearing FUBU, and that's so outdated. Hello.
Trying to be current.
Right?
Yeah.
maybe he's down with the brown sweater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so funny because he's getting a lot of flack over it from all the other entertainers and the whole black community. But I don't see anybody standing in front of Gucci protesting. You know what I mean? I don't see anybody fighting the fight. They just got mad on social media.
Yeah. Well,
And
majority. Sorry to interrupt.
please.
Majority of like the demographic. It's not Gucci's demographic. They're aiming at the Mayweathers and the higher end. He's
Exactly.
one of the few people who could have
All the
actually made a
designers
difference.
aim for those rich black athlete entertainers
Yeah.
because they're the ones who are going to go spend the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want the tags. They want to represent, like, I can afford a label.
So that
Right.
fucking,
But
like,
you
the
gotta remember-
disenfranchised that they're looking at, you can't fucking afford Gucci to begin with. So all they
can't.
can do is turn to Twitter.
Yeah.
And now you got Mayweather's like one of the few people who could have actually taken business away.
Yeah. He
And
could have
But
made a
you
statement.
gotta remember, it's Floyd Mayweather. He can't even read. He's just a boxer. Like he doesn't.
I bet he bought all them sweaters and took them home. You know he's wearing them right now. Look at this lipstick on me. It
child's
looks
extra
cute.
small.
I look good with these red lips on. Stupid ass. It's just so funny. Like, it's just like, it's incredible to see.
No, but sorry again.
No,
the one
please.
design. It's actually it was like a turtleneck with
Yeah,
red
it was a
lips on
turtleneck
it.
that comes up to here with
Yeah.
the red lips, like blackface.
Yeah.
And then Katy Perry had a pair of shoes that were blackface.
Okay.
And she pulled them off. I didn't know. Really, bitch? You don't know.
So I used to fucks with Katy Perry
Me too.
until she
She was a good
started
Christian
throwing
girl.
shade at our black princess.
Which one's that? There's a lot of them.
Beyonce.
No,
No.
that's
That's
the
the queen.
What if
That's-
it's
That's Queen Bee.
Beyonce?
no.
That's the point.
I'm talking about the actual literal princess, like the
Oh, Meghan Markle?
yeah.
Harris?
So like she was like fucking.
She threw
Yeah,
shade at Meghan?
She threw
She
shade
ain't even
at
all
Meghan.
black.
She threw shade at Megan's wedding dress and said that Kate had a better wedding dress, which I am sorry, like Kate was like dishwater compared to Megan.
Meghan
Like-
Markle is stunning.
She's gorgeous.
Like beyond gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's
hello.
like
She brought beauty to that family.
Hello.
Like they're gonna have
And
an actual
bagged herself
pretty.
a prince. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
She's the Black Diana. Dirty
Yeah.
Diana.
she is the Black Diana,
yes.
though.
Yeah.
And they're gonna kill this bitch. You know that, right?
They're gonna wait until she has the baby first.
To get the heir to the throne.
I feel like
Or
they're
maybe two.
yeah, like
Beautiful babies too.
she's going to have to
Oh.
like constantly be pregnant in order to keep herself alive. Like,
Right?
That is.
She's gonna be like them bitches in the trailer parks.
Yeah,
in the hood,
'cause
staying
eventually
pregnant to
you're-
stay on
oh
the
my
system.
God, you're
Yeah.
I got
absolutely
my
right.
food stamps, girl.
Yeah. It's just like it's like this
Keep
is my
it in the
lifeline.
family, right?
Yeah. But like when she like threw shade at Meghan Markle, I was just kind of like, what? Like I mean, why? First of all,
Why?
you're walking around with cupcake tits and you have nerve to throw shade at a princess.
She was listen. She
know,
was
he
showing her
was like-
titties on Sesame Street. The bitch was hoeing on Sesame
Yeah.
Street. Bitch,
It's
take your ugly ass to 10th Avenue.
Wait,
It's
Andrew ain't had a hit since 2014.
It's like, oh yes,
Right?
I'm
Hello?
a
dating.
hit of what? Crack or
Right.
pot?
It's like, oh, I'm dating Orlando Bloom, who was hot like in the
fucks
2000s.
Yeah, who also fucks over every girlfriend he's ever had.
It's just like, oh, but like
Oh.
I can go and I'm gonna throw shade at Meghan Markle. It's
Jealous.
like, bitch, please.
Right,
Jealous,
exactly.
jealous.
No.
And you
Bitches
hosted
that-
American Idol, and there were no ratings, 0 ratings, bitch. Nobody wanted to watch.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
kissed a girl and you liked it. Well, take your kissing girl liking it ass the fuck out my face.
Yeah.
Because
Damn.
I ain't got time for that fucking ugly white bitch.
It's like,
Oh.
like once like she started throwing shade at Meghan Markle, I was like, you know something, I
Ooh,
can't
we
fuck
just-
with Katy
we
Perry
just
anymore.
rated Katy Perry for filth.
Fuck that hoe. Get the bitch on the phone. Let me talk to her.
That's right. You know
Right,
something?
here's where you're losing in life.
Katy
This
bitch.
is why
Perry-
Russell Brand hates you.
Katy Perry was better when we called her pink. Just saying.
We'll be right back.
It's just like, oh, like she literally has like one song that I like.
I like
That-
California
that-
Girls.
I like the extraterrestrial.
song.
Extraterrestrial, yeah, with Kanye. But that's Kanye West. You put Kanye West on the song, okay. It's
Oh,
always
his-
gonna. It's
That's
always gonna. pop
that's
off.
like literally the
That's another
only
one.
song. Wow.
Entertainer.
Right. That's,
That's
it.
another
Yeah,
one.
That's
Yeah.
another one.
Entertainer.
But he comes out with
Not
those hits
president.
though.
Nothing tops
I love it,
Bound.
it's good.
Hello.
Right. Right. Exactly. Ah.
Bound. Well,
That's
that's
You know,
really
you heard he might be running for president 2024.
good. Let him run on the
Yeah.
Republican ticket so we can beat his ass.
like
we
honestly,
could put a sock up there against him.
I'm sorry, and like I've dated multiple crazy ass men. Trust me, I like certifiable medication, whole nine. But if you really love your man, you stop him from doing stupid ass shit.
Yup.
It's like, babe, I don't think that's a good idea. Like,
Unless-
no.
unless you're a
profits,
stupid
the
asshole.
whole family
Right, and
profits
put-
off of that
and
stupid ass shit. Like
Yeah.
that's their MO.
He's not profiting off this. He's like broke. She's got the money right now.
First of all, they're not even gonna. Kim Kardashian is very smart. She wants to have her kids and be married and have a certain amount of kids. And then once she has the amount of kids she wants, she's gonna divorce them. Period. That's exactly what's gonna happen. They're pregnant right now with a surrogate. That would be the 4th kid that they have on the way.
You know your
And-
shit is trying to stock up children when you got a surrogate involved. You're like, I'm tired of being fat for these hoes. I'm gonna let another bitch do it for 50,000. Alex.
Hey, like I said, very intelligent. Well, no,
Right.
if
I'll
you
take
watch,
another bitch for
Wait, if you
50,000,
watch-
Alex.
No, well, keep it up with their Kardashians. She had like very difficult pregnancies. Both pregnancies were like super difficult. But
Because she's
still.
really a man. Hello.
Oh,
Not Caitlyn. Kim. Hello.
oh my god.
Rocket testicle.
But I will say this about that dumb crazy bitch, Kim Kardashian. I can't stand her, but her makeup is flawless. Hello.
Always
That makeup
yeah.
line, KKW Beauty, is off the charts.
And
I
every
have all
time
that
she
shit.
posts on Instagram, you be like, "Damn,
I
God
bought,
damn, bitch,
I
you
bought
look
all
good."
that shit.
Of course,
I got all that KKW.
Right, but I don't like Kylie though.
Oh, that dumb
that's,
bitch.
that-
Yeah,
that's like
no,
my least
no.
favorite one.
But she's
So,
retarded.
Yeah.
But she's got the most money.
Does she?
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
She had, like, an
she was the
app?
youngest billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
I
She
need
had
to
like
fuck
a
her.
like Kylie's World application where they
Yeah,
made like
right.
stickers
Right, let's both
or
tag
some
team her.
shit.
I
Get
know
paid.
she's like, doesn't Kylie have them? Kylie's the one with the makeup line, right?
Both of them do.
Well, yeah,
Well,
Kim has
Kylie,
makeup line, and-
KKW started,
Kylie's
and
World. That's
Kylie
a thing,
started.
right?
Okay.
How am I the
I-
youngest
I-
one here? And I have no idea what any.
I
of
mean,
it-
I don't know
Right.
either, to be honest.
I'm
a
obsessed
straight
with-
male.
Right,
that's why.
exactly. Leave it to the gay guy to give you all the information you need.
Or the
And
fact,
Kylie's World.
or the
Or
fact
the
hack.
Or the
Yeah,
fact hack, right?
Kylie's World? Am I making that up?
I think so.
No, you are making that up
Oh,
because
okay,
you're mixing
alright.
up Astro World, which is
What's that?
that's Travis Scott's album, who is Kylie's baby's daddy.
Why do they find the most
I thought there's like an app where you
fucked
make
up
like
dudes to have
gifts
babies
from
with?
them or
There might
some
be.
shit.
I
It was
don't
like a
know.
cryptocurrency that she made. Where if you bought into the app, you'd get the different sticker. All right, I could be completely off.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I just know
It
this
doesn't
bitch
sound
is
too
the
crazy for
youngest
them.
billionaire ever.
Yeah.
And then she was like close to like I think she was like maybe 15 million away from being the youngest billionaire and started a Kickstarter to get her
And-
the 15
yeah,
million to
and
become
people gave
and
it to
people
her.
gave her money. It's just like what?
Why don't we go on and
Does
say
she
we're
invest?
15
Like, does
million
she
away
give back
from being
charity?
a billionaire?
Does
Will
she
you
do
help us
anything
out?
with it?
No, she took it
get,
so
like,
that she
$8.
could be the youngest billionaire. She's like, you guys, I'm like $15 million away from the youngest billionaire. Will you help me be the youngest billionaire? I need $15 million. Can I get $5, please?
Buy
It's-
my lip gloss at Ulta.
It's
You
like,
know, my favorite though is Kendall.
Who?
Kendall. She's
the
the
quiet
one.
one.
She's the model.
Yeah.
She actually models, like really, like is like legit booked on like modeling gigs.
Yeah.
And I think she's a lesbian. It's,
Okay,
like,
queen.
Low key, like
Okay, queen.
right.
Get it,
It's-
Miss Kendall.
That's
With a
that's,
K.
That's my girl.
I'll
Like-
fade in.
mother like daughter.
Wow.
Caitlin.
And then Rob makes
But
songs.
how are you transgender and a Republican though? That shit don't make no
Because she's
sense.
rich. They're all
Yeah.
Republican because of the
Yes,
tax breaks. That's the
oh.
only reason they are. Because they don't.
Yes,
Rich
go
people don't give a fuck about the
Republican.
issues. Rich people don't give a fuck about the little guy unless they're wiping their toilet down. And then they'll give little fucking Felicitas a $100 bonus at Christmas.
Right.
Until then, all it is about money. They don't give a fuck about issues. That's why all that shit gets pushed through because they're not paying attention. And it's all about the tax breaks. And then when
Yeah.
she found out he wouldn't let her take a shit in a woman's bathroom, oh, hell broke loose. And she's like, I'm not playing golf with him anymore. This is just not. I'm just not going to play golf with Trump no more. He should, I can't take a shit in the bathroom. I want to sit down and take a shit. I'm a woman,
Like, let me shit like a lady, goddammit. Like, I honestly feel
Bitch, you're a man. You'll fucking shit in my bathroom. You'll fuck up my toilet.
it's
You're
like
not taking little lady shits.
shit. I don't take lady shits. Like,
Oh, honey. I take military shits.
3 to 100 hours. No, but like honestly, I feel like Trump is like so anti-trans because he's probably like hot on like,
He's got it. He
Caitlyn,
probably watches
and it was just,
tran
like-
porn. He does.
and it's just like,
definitely
oh my
One of his
god.
golden
Porn.
showers.
All
Yeah.
straight men
Exactly.
do.
Right.
They
Yeah.
all do, right, Robert?
No.
Not today.
Don't rope me
Maybe
into this.
tomorrow.
He's like, I don't want to get involved with
Hold
this.
up, right?
Why that chick got a bigger dick than me? That ain't right.
That is some crazy shit, though. You see this bitch like this, titties bouncing,
dick
grabbing
like
her
this.
dick like this, like,
You're like, what the fuck?
right? Oh, what the fuck am I watching?
Do I need an eye check?
Right.
Where's Lens Crafters?
I don't know. So like, I'm gonna circle back to the apps for a second. So like, there was this guy that I was messaging on Bumble, and he like cute guy, whatever. And I did my regular opening line business, and he like answered, and then he's like, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "All right, I might have an answer for you." And so then he said, "Would you ever date a crossdresser?" And I have not replied yet. Like,
And when was that? 3 years ago?
no, like
Okay.
2 days ago.
Still
Yeah.
thinking.
And I'm
What?
just like
Still, just read the
buffering,
buffles.
buffering. Like I don't.
Ask him this. What's in your closet? What do you have designer labels? If not, if
Is it
so,
Gucci?
then I will come over. What size shoe do you wear? I will date you if we have the same size shoe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
It's
if
like,
he's got,
can I double my closet?
unless if you shop at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, no, we can't be friends. We
That's the
can't.
part that just confuses me, though. Is like you cross dress, so you want to dress like a woman, but you want to date
Well, I
women.
guess there's like
There's
that's why they have all the
that's a
different
fetish.
classifications
Yeah.
of it now, and there's some that'll they present female, but they're still male, and I think that's then is that trans? That's still transgender. It's within that umbrella, but they might like cross dress once a week. That's like their Saturday night activity.
I had this guy that I've been having really great sex with, and then he was like, "Look, I'm into cross dressing. Like, I want you to wear panties," and I haven't.
Wait,
responded.
want you to wear pants?
He wants me to wear panties.
But like, I thought he was into cross dressing.
he
So
why
why
he likes guys,
Guys
that
that
cross
cross-dress.
Fetishizes off.
That's what turns him on to see guys wearing panties.
I used to-
Okay.
There was a
His
what they-
dick is nice, though. I almost thought about doing it.
Why not if it's got good dick, girl?
Ooh, it's fat.
Put on. I'll give you a pair of panties, girl. You can borrow mine.
These Christy
They have a hole in the crotch. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are crotchless pants.
Well, would that make a difference? Would that make a difference if it was like once a week versus every day? Like, what's the at what point does the and what about like the layers of the cross dressing? What if it's just a feminine scarf to go with his?
No, usually
his
it starts
outfit
with
for the day.
panties. It always starts with the panties, the
Under-
underwear,
under the
because
clothes.
like some guys like
Nice.
the feeling of silk underwear on their balls.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
I do like silk boxers. I just want like a.
I got silk
the
sheets.
tight hole. Yeah.
Yeah, just wrap that around your
Yeah,
cock.
and I sleep naked. It's nice.
Yeah.
I don't like, to be honest with you, I haven't really thought about it, and that's like kind of why I didn't answer, because I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like, this is like a lot to process from like somebody that I've
you've
literally
never met.
that I've
Definitely-
met.
I don't
Yeah. This
I don't
is,
think
like,
you should answer them. Just let it go.
If that's a
just
no,
Yeah.
that's
ghost 'em.
probably a
Just
weirdo.
ghost 'em.
That's the open.
Yeah.
Because if you're hesitant to answer, then the answer is no.
It's like,
Do you know what I mean? Like it's a no. 'Cause
and then
it's-
I'm like, is that like being like bigoted? Like,
No.
you know what I mean?
No, you're not
See?
saying he can't cross dress.
Mm-mm.
You're not saying that
Or
you hate him for
them.
cross dressing.
Right, exactly. Just not your thing.
Yeah.
That goes back to my bit about the female to male transgender experience that I had, like literally. So like I went to meet this guy, and like the whole transaction was like, okay, you're gonna get a blowjob. I went over there to get a blowjob. Guy starts sucking my dick. It's great. Then he's like, well, you want some pussy? And I was like, what?
That's trickery.
And he was like, well, yeah, I'm transgender, female to male. Like, I had the top surgery, so I don't have boobs, and like his chest was hairy, but he still has a pussy. And so then it's like,
That's the old bait and switch, bro.
yo. Oh, and then I was just like, man, okay. I like went through like in my head, am I gonna be like that gay guy? Oh no, I don't do pussy. Like, or I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, you gonna fuck that pussy? So I'm gonna offer you pussy, you gonna fuck it. So I fucked it.
Do it for the story.
Do it. Hey.
Always do it for the story.
Pop, pop, pop. Got right up in that pussy.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He's like,
I
it's
like
not
bu-
as
it's-
nice
I
as
like,
a butt.
I like balls better.
I like big butts that I cannot.
Right, exactly.
Other brothers can't
Ah,
deny.
they
When the itty bitty
tighter.
girl walks in, you get sprung.
Right. You get sprung, but you might get pooped on.
And
I know. That's the worst when that happens. You're like right in the middle of it, and you're just like, oh,
you know what I
God.
just learned the other day? What rosebud is, and I vomited
Rosebud?
Isn't that the
It's the
like
butt
the
gets
code,
all
when the
weird.
prolapses.
Oh God, I hate it. Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
Thinking Pulp Fiction
What do you mean
shit.
by
Yeah,
Yo.
The
Prolapse?
Queens taught me that the other
This
day. I
is
went,
like,
what?
wait, is that different from like a hemorrhoid?
Yeah, it's kind
No.
of the same.
Yeah, but it
it's just like a
looks-
pro. It looks like a rosebud.
Yeah, it literally, like, yeah, you
It's
could
like
tell.
your insides falling
'cause-
out.
Oh.
Yeah,
Huh.
because
It's
like normal
disgusting.
buttholes look like this.
Hey, yeah, like a
And it-
like
like,
a end of a balloon.
Once you get like fisted and all that shit happens,
That's
then
when
it
shit
comes
starts to-
out and it looks like
Yeah,
a rosebud.
Oh,
yeah.
Uh,
And I didn't know. And I just learned that the other day, and I almost died.
Yeah,
But why would you want to get fisted in your?
some guys get fisted.
And like
That's just, and I can't. No, yeah, like
Like
full
hard.
on.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
or two.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh.
God.
My
I don't
best
think
friend
my
is gay.
bones could handle it. Like that's my concern. I
What about
sincerely
your
think I'd fucking break
intestines?
hips.
Like, hello, like your body's not made to do that, bro.
No.
But like, aren't you just afraid that your poo's just gonna fall out?
That's what happens eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Weird, yeah. If you got a rosebud, if you fart, that shit's coming out.
You got a bouquet of flowers, honey.
I know you like to think you should
Right. Right, because it's like a dick is one thing. Like your butt could like come back from that, but like a whole arm, motherfucker.
That's
No.
Up to the shoulder?
Hello.
How?
That's
How deep is your hole?
crazy. Right. How deep
how
is
deep
your
your
hole?
hole? How deep is your hole, baby? How deep is your hole?
And you can always tell too. You get up in a guy that got a rosebud like that, because I've been there before. It's just like you're in nothing. It's
Surprise!
cavernous.
It's like Jack in the Box.
Taking a muppet out of him, man.
But that's another one. It's a bait and switch. You don't even know you're getting a rosebud until you get up in there. Like, oh shit.
You're like, this is spacious.
It's like
Right.
I could be in a woman. God damn it!
Right, yeah, no.
I could be fucking that trans woman.
Because I definitely look at it before I put it up in there, and I'll go,
That's
oh.
good.
Looks like someone had corn for lunch.
Last year.
Oh god.
Hey, I can see your house from here.
I can see your thoughts. Shit. Straight to the brain. Wow. You think I'll put that dick in you?
I can see your
Not
thoughts.
today.
What am I thinking? What am I thinking? What am I thinking?
Oh god.
I like the way you think.
You busting at them and they shoot out their nose.
No, it wasn't the gluten.
Oh god.
Oh, my
Gorgeous.
God. Okay.
On that note.
Right.
So now, Robert, what is the 5G revolution?
Oh fuck! The death of all of us. It's no the five. Does anybody know 5G
No.
revolution?
No.
Okay,
I'm
5G.
old. Explain it to me like I'm
5G
five.
revolution. It's going to be a new line of technology. It's supposed to come out in 2019. That'll work with the phones. It works with like self-driving cars. Works with self-flying airplanes, drones, and it's supposed to like connect everything. The pros of it, the download speeds are supposed to be like 20 times the 4G LTE, like the highest functioning system that you can get on an Android or an iPhone now. The downsides of it, military has it like classified as a it's classified as a weapon because it like hasn't been studied yet, and they're like, yo, this is radioactive waves. It's potentially more dangerous than nuclear weapon technology, and yeah, it's just it's like it's the onset of
The end of the world.
Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I get
Like-
so hyper paranoid over it. Sincerely,
That's
Like,
creepy, dude.
No,
Yeah.
but I feel like we're kind of living in it now. So, like, I was talking to one of my friends on the phone, and, like, we were kind of just, like, goofing around about fanny packs.
Phone
And
recommend some
so,
shit.
and I'm just like, oh, you know, something, like, because, like we were talking on the Facebook app,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, oh, I'm probably going to get a shit ton of ads for fanny packs. Literally, this, like, I got off the phone with him. I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I just get all of these ads for fanny packs.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now, it's like,
Big Brother is watching you.
right, and
all
it's
day.
like, they're not
1984, bitch.
understanding that we were making fun of fanny
Yeah.
packs. They just hear a fanny pack.
Yep.
So then it's just like, oh, she said fanny pack, fanny pack, fanny pack, fanny pack, and but not like, hey, fanny packs are so dumb. Like, you know what I mean? But
And
like,
it's sweet. There's like two ways of looking at it. Where one, it is kind of cool that they can customize like the ads, and they learn your interests, and they send what they think you like. But on the other hand, it's fucking like
Creepy as hell.
constant
It's really,
monitoring.
really weird.
Yeah.
It's really.
I
really
had
weird.
I had a conversation in a car with a friend the other day, just talking about like mental health stuff, like shit we were going through. But it was a positive conversation.
right.
Like we were laughing, we were having a good time. Neither of us were like actively using our phones.
right.
Hers kicks on in the middle of it and is like, if you're feeling depressed, then this is a resource you can call.
Siri, does she have an iPhone?
I don't remember if it was iPhone or Android.
Because if it's an iPhone, then Siri was listening to everything she was saying.
Yeah, they do with the Amazon Alexa. Whenever it's playing music, at the same time it's recording.
The
and
Alexa
it sends it to a database.
Alexa
at the
and the
Amazon
smart
headquarters.
TVs, they say don't get because they're constantly listening to every word you're saying and they're recording it and they're documenting it. They're like they're filing it.
I'm to the point right now where I can't tell if they listen to tone as well. I like this is probably like my heightened paranoia where
I wouldn't be
I start to
surprised.
think that it's like, is it like adjusting to the argumentation in a house if there's an argument in the house?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Well, there's been
I sent you. Because I was gonna say how the clip that I sent you. Well, we're always talking about Keanu Reeves. Just in general, she's obsessed with Keanu Reeves. We've had multiple episodes where we talked about Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I'm watching the reel, and all of a sudden there was like, oh yeah, we're doing like a episode like. They started talking about Keanu Reeves just out of nowhere,
and they
like,
never talked.
And
about
they never
him.
talk. Like
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh yeah, some fans sent us some questions that they want us to talk about," and some fan from Minnesota was like, "Oh, what about Keanu Reeves?
You should have him as a guest.
You should have him as a guest." What the fuck?
Bitch, I should have him as a husband.
Right. Literally, I sent her the clip, and she was like, "These bitches stealing my content. They're trying to take my whole identity out here." And I was like, "Yo,
Have you ever met him?
No, I've been
I've worked
very
with him.
close. Oh my God, have you?
Yeah, I worked with his band, Dog Star. when
Yes, I used to see them at Irving Plaza all the time, and I'd get there early, and I'd go with like one of my tall friends, and like, cause Keanu likes to be, I think, like left stage, and so like I would go there early so that I could get up front, and then I made sure that I would take my tallest friend, I'd buy him a ticket, and I'm just like, listen, when it gets quiet, you need to lift me up so I can be like, Keanu, I love you. And I did it once, and he pointed his pick at me, and I almost fainted. That's
He's a
my
very sweet man.
Yeah,
Right after he filmed Speed,
yeah,
he formed his band Dog Star with a couple of his buddies,
yeah.
and they played at. This is when I was still living in. The Bay Area. I hadn't moved to LA yet, so this is like 150 years ago.
oh, you used to live in L.A.?
Yeah,
Okay, me
I'm
too.
from Cali. Where are you at?
Oh yeah, all over Encino, Northridge,
WeHo,
Hollywood.
Silver Lake,
yeah,
Hollywood.
Of course.
WeHo, honey.
Yeah,
The
WeHo
queen
all
of
day.
WeHo. That was my
Yeah,
bitch.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Always at the Abbey. They know me.
The Scabby.
Scabby.
This is called the Scabby. But then I worked with this band. I worked at a nightclub as a bouncer in the Bay Area, and
Bitch was a bouncer.
so I was working the backstage door for his show because they're like, if Christy works the door, because if they didn't want any of the guys working the door, because they knew all the girls would try to like, I'll suck your dick if I can go backstage.
Right.
And he's a loner. He doesn't like all that bullshit. He's
Right.
not caught up in it. He's just, he likes his Darvon with his Bloody Marys, and he's just a chill dude. And so they didn't like anybody back there. They said, if we put Christy
Of
at the
course,
backstage
he likes a
door,
Bloody Mary, like me.
hello. And I said, they said, if we put Christy at the backstage door, no one's getting backstage. And
Yeah.
like hell, nobody got backstage. Like girls would come out, is Keanu back there? And I said, sit your fucking titties out my face, bitch. I ain't gonna help you. You got a big dick, ho? What the hell? You ain't getting back here with
Keanu
those
back
titties.
there, right?
Yeah, he is, and he don't want you. Keep it moving. But he was actually really sweet, very quiet, very polite. But just a nice guy, like not all Hollywood, not all like annoying or like all full of himself. But his buddies were all full of themselves because they were hanging on his coattails,
Right.
and they were annoying.
Yeah.
It's always
But-
the hangers on.
Oh yeah,
Now, I feel like Keanu is like atoning for something that he did in the 1300s.
probably.
Like he just kind of has this like vibe that he's like ancient and been around forever, and this is like his 47th life,
I
and he's
agree.
just
He's
like,
definitely an old soul.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's
it's
definitely an
yeah.
old soul. He's not young and retarded. He's definitely an old soul. Very
Yeah.
smart, very deep.
yeah.
Cool dude.
But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I missed him somewhere in the 1600s, and I've just been trying to find him.
Listen,
Right.
while I'm in my 1600s, I'm trying to get to
Yes.
Dwayne Johnson. So I want to kill that bitch that had his baby. And I want to
Right?
put her face on mine and pretend like face off. Like Nick Cage and John Travolta, just do the whole face-off thing. Hi.
The Rock is fine though. God
Ooh.
damn.
Ooh, honey.
God damn.
Honey, he could pummel my asshole into a smashed pumpkin. I don't give a
day.
fuck.
Throw me up against the wall.
What?
Shit.
Choke
You wanna,
me the fuck
have
out.
Choke, exactly. You want to
Right.
pretend like we wrestlers?
You want to
Let's
kick
go.
me in the vagina? Go ahead, boo. I got you.
Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Yeah, but I could smell what I'm sucking, honey. Let's do this. My friends go, you should go out for the Titan games. You love them so much. And I'm like, I would be in prison within 5 minutes. They'd be taking me off in a fucking crazy. I would make it like, climb that rope. No, bitch, I'm sucking your dick. I don't give a fuck about a rope right
So,
now.
like, if
Yeah,
I
right on,
climb
right
this rope, can I suck your dick?
No, I'd be like taking that rope and putting it around his neck just enough to make him sleepy. And then suck his dick.
We can't do this show without talking about dick.
Holla! Dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, it's impossible.
Robert's like, I could talk about the show without sucking dick.
I will patiently wait to have a conversation about the dick.
Yeah. I had a friend that was just like, you guys talk about dick a lot. And I was just like, yes.
Well,
Like-
right. Well, it's like, shit, that's one of my favorite things.
It goes with everything. No matter what you're wearing, dick matches.
I can have any time of the day. I got my own. I like more.
I don't got one. I need one to fill this hole.
So, Robert, you were talking about like mental health before. So,
Yes.
like, what are your, I guess, concerns about mental health, or what are you passionate about mental health?
You know what, I put that up. That's actually been like past year for me, kind of a big focus, and I've been on both ends of the system. I've gone through a lot of like depression and different diagnoses where they call it depression, they call it bipolar depression, they call it potentially psychosis and early onset of schizophrenia. That's like my own situation that I was working through and still am. And I also, at the same time, started working at a group home for developmentally disabled adults. So I'd see, I'd see a lot of other cases that were like, way, she's giving me a little hand job under the table now.
Right.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, come here, you cub.
You're not going to be depressed right now.
I'm gonna get all that demon out of you.
Exorcise the demon.
But yeah,
Wait, that's in my eye.
Whatevs. I have another eye.
But,
Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, I'm still, for myself, I'm like going back to school for social work to kind of like start getting more actively involved, advocating within that field. I don't know, where do you want to go with the conversation from there?
So, you said that you kind of had your own battles with this, and so like, when was the and feel is free to go as in depth or evasive as you want. Like, I'm not trying to, but like when was like the first time like you had your first episode, I guess?
Yeah, that would have been at the end of my first like real relationship. So I had like a 6-year thing, but that was like a high school thing. And then after that, there was a girl that like I lived with, I moved homes with a few times. She was a beautiful Australian actress and model. So I helped her get her immigration visa into the U.S. And then she wanted to move out to L.A. I was doing the back and forth thing for a while. She ended up cheating, and I just fucking crashed. So at that point, like, I mean, whenever I was going back and forth, it was great. I was doing shows like in both cities. I had like three different like tech startup companies that were like sponsoring a tour that they pay me to go around and do these shows, and would like provide transportation when I was there and meals, and I felt great. And then at like once the relationship broke, I went into like the state of like lethargy and just no motivation to do shit anymore. and I crashed. And at that point, I went through like some self-harm where I was wallowing. I was being a little bitch about it. I would like walk around my apartment, like, I'd literally walk around my apartment in the middle of the night yelling out like help, just to fucking like no one, and like hit myself in the head and all this like scary stuff that it's a terrible place to be in. And there are resources available for people who are in those places. You can always reach out to and find that kind of assistance through just different mental health hotlines in the city. There's a company called E4 Health, Fountain House, Life's Work is the company I work with now. So it helps to know that those resources are out there. Yeah.
It really helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just to have those kinds of like support groups and conversations about it definitely helps.
But how did you know that this was like, so like I've been through breakups, that I've been depressed and whatever, and like so like I'm so like when I tend to go through like a bad breakup, like, because I guess like I'm kind of curious as to like what's the difference between like healthy sad and unhealthy sad, like, you know what I mean? So like it's like for like I know I've definitely gone through breakups where like I stop eating, like, you know, just like, you know, like I'm not hungry, and like I might go like 2 days and be like, oh shit, I've like only ate a Hot Pocket. Like,
I think whenever you start to see those signs of like that would be a light form of self-harm. You know, it's not like you're not cutting, you're not like trying to kill yourself, but you are then becoming detrimental to your own health. I would do the same thing with isolation. When I'd be in those states, I'd feel sad. And I'm like, all right, if I'm going to be sad, I'm just going to be sad on my own. I'm not going to bring other people down with it. And I would remove myself from family and friends whenever I would do that. So I think those are warning signs of like, oh, okay, this is something that should be addressed. But there's also a difference between feeling sad and biochemical depression.
Yeah,
like
right.
if you
actually depressed.
Yeah.
Because I find myself isolate a lot, and I think it's just I don't know.
You can also enjoy peace, right?
Well, with both jobs, with stand up and then being a strength coach during the day, all my energy is just pouring out
to other people.
To other people and fixing them and helping them or making them laugh or trying to do something. And I go home, I am completely wiped out. I have no energy to talk to people. I get depressed and sad, but I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to be around. I don't like, if my phone rings, I'll throw it across the room. I'm like, why are you bothering me?
Yeah.
And I have to isolate for a couple of days. But then like my
But
days
that's like
off.
a reset moment.
Yeah, but on my days off, my whole time is spent in pajamas in bed. Like I can't
See, that's
move.
that's what I
And
mean.
that's what I'm wondering if like I always wonder if it's like,
I do that too.
am I just tired
Yeah.
or am I
I
depressed
depressed?
or
Yeah.
what's going on? So I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think it helps to learn what works for you whenever you're in
Yeah.
those situations too. Because if it's like, all right, one day a week to be lazy in my underwear and eat ice cream, and then I feel good, fucking awesome, cool, yeah.
yeah, that's.
But
I feel like
yeah,
that's
because
normal.
that's like how.
But I
that's
never
just how I
feel-
am. Like
yeah.
I have like I always, for the most part, have like one day where I like literally I just don't do shit.
Yeah,
at
but
all.
if that one day then becomes like
2
a
or 3
week,
days,
2 weeks, you start missing obligations.
Yeah.
You don't take care of yourself. You don't talk to family anymore. Then it's like, oh shit, this is something that
Yeah.
we gotta correct.
Right.
Yeah. And it's also like warning signs of the biochemical. If you like start to have drop off in memory, start to like
That I've been
have
having a lot.
yeah, that it could potentially. I'm not a doctor.
Right.
I
No,
should
I
say
just
that
don't. No,
right
I just like to.
I'm a college dropout, guys. So
went to-
like,
At least you made it that far. I never
Right.
went to college.
Yeah, I was gonna say that makes 2 of us. I'm also a college dropout.
yeah, but
Howard University, like P Diddy.
there we go.
No, it's just I'm always curious because I always think like, is something wrong with me? No, I'm fine. And, like, is this normal? So I was like, am I just getting older and I hate everybody, or is it just I get tired, but I forget a lot of
Plus,
shit.
I feel like living in New York City though,
It's
you
overwhelming.
Have to.
It's so
You
overstimulating.
got- you
that
have to,
to
like-
shut
comedy
down.
too. That's one of the big
Hey.
ones. The forgetting shit and being forgiving of myself is one of the things I'm working on now too. Because I'll forget names. I'll remember people, but I'll
Oh, I
forget their
know-
names.
I
Oh,
always
yeah.
forget.
I
I
don't
always
know
forget names.
anybody.
Unless your name
I've
matches
sucked
you.
complete dicks and then, but oh, what's your name again?
Yeah, you'll remember the dicks. We've been
Oh.
through that. Yeah.
Oh, I remember
It's
that
like-
one.
Yeah.
How you
It's
doing?
like, oh, you
you
veiny
doing?
monster. How you doing?
Yes.
Yes, boo, yes.
A little short and
freckles
stocky.
But I think just the overstimulation of New York City really wears you down.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
And then it almost tricks you into thinking you're sad and depressed and that you're not worthy or good enough or just like
'Cause you're
it's just too much to deal with.
Yeah.
It's
And
just it's
a
crazy
lot.
how it fucks
it's
you
a
up.
lot how it does fuck you
It
up.
does affect you, and I lock
Like
myself
literally,
in my
I
room.
don't want. I'm at home. I don't want to leave Brooklyn. I don't want to leave my apartment. Like I'm here. I
Yeah.
order food in, or I gotta walk my dog, which is like part of
Healthy exercise.
healthy exercise and kind of keeping a routine. I like a routine, but
Mhm.
like, yeah.
That's like
Sometimes
my
I just don't want to be
Sunday.
in New York. I just can't. I don't want to be in this.
I live in Hell's Kitchen, like right in
Oh,
the center of
I don't even
everything.
know how.
Yeah.
See,
I'm a
Yeah.
block off of Times Square.
I've
Yeah.
always said
It's so much.
if I win
That's so
$100 million
extra.
tomorrow, I still wouldn't buy a house in Manhattan.
If
That is so extra.
I
would
wouldn't
be
buy
in
a house in New
Queens.
York. Period. Fuck this fucking state. It's
No,
too
I know.
expensive.
I love it, but
I'll
no.
rent. I would never own anything here.
No, I would
I would
definitely
never own unless it was a huge building that I owned and I got to charge the shit out of people.
Yeah, and
But
then you,
otherwise,
you live
I
on
would
the
buy-
top floor. And you're the queen bitch.
Exactly. Otherwise, I would buy something out of state.
These is
peaceful.
bloody shoes.
That is hot though. You own the whole building. You live on the top floor. You just like okay,
Fuck all y'all.
fuck all y'all. Right. Shit, it's New York. It's crazy. It'll get to you.
It does.
Cause
Well, I'll go a little bit like more into my. I've been in and out some of the systems that they have set up here. Something called the CPEP is a comprehensive. Let's see, make sure I get this right. It's a comprehensive psychological evaluation program, and it's something that's been instated in New York since I think '68. But that's like a triage program that brings together all of the emergency services and the different hospitals use them. So I had a period where I was just sleep deprived. I went to, and this is fucking blended now, the 5G shit and the mental health shit. I went to a virtual reality taping at Gotham Comedy Club as audience. And then afterwards, I got fucking like hyper paranoid about like, are we in a Matrix right now? Am I Keanu in a past life? And this
Right.
is like me living out that experience now. Like I got weird and I couldn't sleep for 48 hours and then went into a job thinking like, now I'll toughen through it once I'm there. Necessity will kick in and I'll like make myself work the job and it'll be fine. And nah, the memory was completely gone. It's just a bartending job at Broadway. I'd take drink orders and would forget like within 10 seconds what the order was. So I had staff there who were able to step in and cover the shift. I went home. I rested. The ex, the girl who I had been seeing, the next day came over, and at that point, I had been sleeping. I just wanted to go through like I wanted to keep resting. I didn't want to like argue. But I wasn't forming like logical sentences to have an argument with her, so she ended up calling 911, which I recognize is from a place of like care and concern. But they had services come, and at that point it got kind of fucked where like they arrived and I told them like, hey, I appreciate you guys coming out, but I feel fine right now. I didn't call you. I refuse the services. I just want to rest, which every person has allotted to them within the patient bill of rights that they have posted within these different hospitals.
Yes.
They ended up cuffing me and like taking me out of the apartment. Didn't tell me why. I asked like multiple times, all right, what are the charges? And like, there's no criminal charges. We just can't leave you at this point. Which again, coming from a place of like, they're protected by Good Samaritan laws. They don't
Yes,
want to
they're
leave a
liable
person.
because if they leave you and something happens, it's them. It's on them
Yeah.
for not seeing the signs. It's such a catch-22 in
Yeah.
those situations. I've had 911 show up at my apartment from. I have a soy allergy,
Okay.
Okay.
so anything like that, soy lecithin, soybean oil, I'll go into anaphylaxis.
Yeah.
And I've gone into it to the point where like my roommates call 911 because I was suffocating, and then they come in, and then I can get
And
I
then
can
you kind of
talk
get yourself out of it.
a little
yeah.
bit to be coherent, and I could form a sentence and be able to speak. But they're like, we still have to take you in, even though you're refusing the service. We have to take you in because
Yeah.
otherwise we're gonna have to trach you.
Right.
And when a big fat black woman tells you get your ass on this hospital little stretcher bed
This
thing,
little gurney.
you just
do it.
listen to Mama because
Yeah.
Because she's
Mama knows best. She's like,
Yeah.
you want me to trach you right here in this hallway? No.
Like, get your ass on this gurney and stop
Come on,
acting like
baby.
you have
Get
some
up on
sense.
here, baby. You
Yeah.
know?
That's where like the situations do get fucking tricky, and I'm learning to like give more trust to the people who are there to care for me whenever I'm in them, because I'm so used to being on the other end of the system.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm used to like the home that I work in. That's what we do for them, and I see them having like full like the Grand Mal, clonic tonic, like full body shaking, jerking, seizures,
sad.
like fucking like drool and incontinence and like all of that. It's very sad. So I see that and I'm like, God, I feel fine. But they can see that, and they can probably like see the warning signs of like
They're trained to see the warning signs, even though you feel fine or we think we're okay. They see what's going on. They're like, no, you're not. Because if you're really okay, they'll let you go. But if they see a warning sign, they're gonna take. I can't believe they put cuffs on you though.
well, that's
A
what I'm
couple
saying. I'm not
times.
calling
Well,
it.
you're just very tall.
Yeah.
I feel like they're
I'm
probably.
also very fucking like quiet and calm.
so
and,
sweet.
No,
like,
you are,
You're
but
such a
like,
sweetheart.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
but like, I can just like, well, he's like 6'7", like, you know.
Nah, I'm not 6'1", 6'1". But
I'm like 5'3", so like, yes.
So
you're
you are
6'7".
6'7" to her.
yeah, perspective.
Everybody's 6'7" to her.
It's just like everybody's so tall.
Yeah, but it's it fucked my head after we're like. So they did that. They took me to the hospital. They do like the vitals. I was there. My vitals were normal. My vitals were healthy. And there again, I'm like, I just switched to like a new health insurance provider, and I didn't want to pay for a hospital stay.
Right.
So again, I was like, hey guys, thank you, appreciate it. I live across the street. I want to go sleep in my own bed. And I got up and started to walk out, and they came out and cuffed me again. And at that point, yeah, dude. And at that point, it's like,
That's excessive.
that's what I
Yeah.
thought. But I can't, like, if I fight back, if I
Then-
actually
Then they're gonna
Then
fucking
they're-
drug
you're-
you and
you're
knock you
really-
out.
yeah.
Right.
That's
They're
what
gonna be
ended.
like-
It happened. They was like, so they take me in there and they put me into this thing called the CPEP. I have a conversation with the psychiatrist that they have on staff and with the medical doctor as well. And they go through like the litany of like, do you hear voices? And at that point, I was actually getting irritated because I'm like, I'd expressed multiple times I didn't want to be there, and this is fucking like ongoing. It essentially came from a domestic, you know, an argument
Right.
with a
Yeah.
girl that had been going through this breakup process with. So whenever she asked if I was hearing voices, comic side kicked in. I became a bit of an asshole, and I was like, yeah, I hear your voice. I hear that guy's voice. I hear a voice at the end of the hall. I hear the voice in the television. But no voices that aren't actually there. But I was becoming irritable. I
Right.
finished that. I started they put me like back in the waiting room area where there's again people who actually need like
They
or
need the
in
help.
a
yeah.
heavier
Help.
need for the
Yeah.
services. Yeah. So I'm like pacing back and forth a little bit, and I'd ask the security guard they had on the door, like, hey, what am I being held for? Like, can you provide me with the law that allows me to be held here right now? What's the penal code that prevents me from walking out at this point in time? Which I was probably being like too fucking arrogant, headstrong there, where he didn't know, and it's not. He was just doing his job, sitting next to
Right.
the door, and his advice was like, bro, just be calm. If you're calm, then you get out of this quicker. And I lost my shit, and I did end up like yelling, like, "What the fuck are you holding?" Like screaming in the place. So then they came in and they injected me with Ativan and Geodon, which I slept. Like it worked.
Maybe that's what you
Really?
needed the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is such a good sleep.
Yeah, man. It's I slept on a cot for like there it was 48 hours. They can hold you up to 72.
Yeah.
And they do like their evaluation for the first 72 hours.
How long did you sleep for? How many hours?
Fuck, man. Probably I did need it. Probably like 12 hours, and then I'd
Yeah,
wake
because
up.
then your brain
and-
resets and you're able to like.
Well, I have insomnia really
function.
bad. I get it
Okay.
Yeah.
really badly, but I think it comes from many years of
late night shit.
living two different lives at
Yeah.
the same time. Like when I used to, it got really bad when I was opening for Paul Mooney
Yeah.
because we were at Caroline's 4 nights a week, very late.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to go at my day job at the time. I had to get up at 6:30 in the morning to go to work or whatever, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So you do
So
like a
I'd
3-hour REM maybe.
Maybe 2 hours sometimes. And then from Thursday night till Saturday morning, I'd be up. because from Thursday I'd leave work, do the 10 o'clock show,
Right.
and then the next day I'd get back to work all day, and then do the 12:30 show. I maybe take a 20-minute nap, and then I was up all night. And then Saturday when I get home in the morning, like at 4 in the morning, I would just sleep for like 12 hours. But it's 2 days up a week, and then after a while, it just kind of wears on you after all
Yeah.
those years.
Yeah.
But I think my body clock is just so screwed up right now. It doesn't know when to sleep and when to go. So I think that's what it is.
What
but
I call it circadian rhythms. Like circadian rhythms, it's the natural sleep cycle of each individual body, and it
Yeah.
varies person to person.
Yeah.
So you do change your
wow.
sleep cycle whenever you go through that. That's why there's like some like
Circadian
she's so
rhythms.
fucking healthy, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So not to make you like test
No.
subject, but like
No.
you like physically healthy, you're able
Yeah.
to maintain those
I
multiple
think because
jobs.
I'm healthy and I'm strong and I eat well and I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, I don't do anything, I think that's why I'm able to still maintain without like completely losing it. Because I think if I did party or I did eat like shit and didn't exercise or take care of myself, I think I'd be like in a hospital or dead.
Like, I don't take care of myself, and I
Right.
eat shit, and I smoke, and I drink, and I
But you're a
I mean-
beast, though.
But like I still I still have the day job. So like Monday through Friday I'm getting up at 6 every day, and then I'm like doing shows at night, and sometimes like I'm
Of
not getting
multiple
home
shows.
until like like it could be a random Tuesday that I've got a gig and I'm not getting home until like 2 because I also don't live in the city, so like I'm going back to like the burbs, and then like I'm getting home at 2, and like when you're so like pumped up after you had
you
like
can't go right to
you
sleep.
can't go right to
Adrenaline.
It
sleep.
takes me a
Yeah.
couple hours.
So
Oh,
like you
God,
gotta
yeah.
like
I say I'm beyond
That
that.
is-
I'm
yeah.
at a point where like my sleep comes so rare. As soon as I fucking like lay my head on a pillow, I'm out. Like,
it's
Fuck,
like
like
a
yeah.
light.
So
That
like
is
it's
light,
just like
yeah.
I gotta like wind myself down first, and then like by the time I finally fall asleep, it's probably like 4, and then I wake up at 6, and then I gotta do spreadsheets, and it's just kind of like
It's a lot.
Yeah, and
It'll wear you down after a while.
yeah.
I had that.
Invest in a good bed. I bought a really good bed in July, and like literally
Change your life.
It's like I get home and like I'm not even really ready to go to sleep, but I'll lay on the bed and start watching TV for 2 seconds. I wake up, it's the next day.
yeah.
Literally,
That's nice.
like completely dressed still, like
Yeah, my-
fuck.
Oh,
But,
like you're in college? Yeah.
right, exactly. And like all the lights are on. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even. Yeah, but like
So-
that's like a key right there.
They've got like those weighted blankets now too. I wanna
The
Yeah, I
get a
wanna
weighted
try one.
blanket.
I want to
Blankets.
try it because I love
Yeah.
being cocooned in.
Because
Like,
it's
I'll wrap
about
around
Yeah.
pillows.
I do
about
that
where
too.
you sleep is the most important.
Yeah,
part.
it's,
You
they
really have to focus on that.
Yeah.
I think that
My
another
bed's
thing they
super
recommend is
comfortable.
just use your sleeping space for sleep. Like, don't do work in bed. Don't fucking be on your phone in bed. Like,
know,
just
that's-
reserve that space and
yeah.
habitually train yourself that like
This
yo,
is the
this
time I
rest.
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
it change your whole thought. Go.
We have to start
That's it?
wrapping this up.
That's it.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
Dan.
I know. It's so sad. But
I don't want a whole nother hour.
I
was
know,
trying to talk
I
I had so much
know.
shit I wanted to
God
bring
damn.
in. I wanted to talk
I-
about all
Fuck.
these hoes.
Back to Nicki Minaj.
Diana Ross. That's who I wanted to rip
Oh
on.
my God, we even talk about Diana Ross. Gorgeous. Okay, that was the best.
That
Well,
was the
you
first
say
time
Majesty.
Diana's hair was smaller than her dress.
Yes.
But her ego outsized the whole place.
all day
It's
long.
my birthday, but it's not.
As
Reach
it
out
should,
and
bitch.
touch.
I'm
Bitch, don't touch me.
75. Yes.
Somebody's
And
hair.
she walks through, doing that Diana Ross. I'm gonna walk through the audience
And
like.
she's
"Bah,
telling everybody,
bah."
you're going to be successful. Just believe it. I'm like, bitch, they are successful. That's why they're in the building. I'm not. My fat ass is home watching your big ass
eating
sing.
popcorn.
Right?
Oh my
Bitch,
goodness.
fuck these hoes in that building.
Ah,
they
she's
got
a
money.
legend.
She's amazing.
I'll never forget.
And Barry Gordy looks the same.
That was the first time I knew I was a homosexual when I saw her in Central Park
That
with
was the best show.
hair.
Oh,
right.
all that
and
hair,
it was
that dress.
raining.
Yes.
And she had the microphone.
was singing
Bitch,
her
you're gonna
ass
get
off.
electrocuted,
She
but
did
you're
just-
singing.
No, that hair blocked all the rain. You know that, right? That was an
Yes.
umbrella. La.
And she's
Ella.
just like,
Ella.
We gotta wrap it up.
We gotta wrap it up.
Okay,
But
Dan.
before we go, just tell everyone your social media, what gigs or projects you're working on, where can they find you. I'm gonna start with you, Christy.
You can find me at the gym, probably, and
The beach is that away.
Hello, what time is it? You can find me on Instagram at Christy Miller Official, on Twitter at Bitchy Slambora, and on Facebook it's just Christy Miller. I probably won't add you as a friend unless I know you because you're fucking crazy. And I produce a show once a month, the first Saturday of every month at West Side Comedy Club, called The Wild Wild West. It's not for the thin-skinned. It's a NC-17 show. If your ass is sensitive, do not come, bitch, because we will come for you. And our next show is March 2nd, 11 p.m. We got John Fugelsang, we got Frank Conniff from the Tell Me Everything on Sirius Radio, and me and Dante Nero.
Nice. Robert Puncher.
Yes. Robert Puncher, Robert Punchur on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I co-produce a very good comedy show project, which we have dates coming up on February 27th and March 27th at Stand Up New York. The next one has Emma Willman, Dan Soder, myself, Eric Grooms, Dylan Negri, and Tamiko Vessel, and Elon Altman as well. And also the last Saturday of every month at the Lodge in Woodstock. All right.
Yeah.
Ronnie Daniels.
You could actually catch me tomorrow night at the UG Comedy Show. I'm going to be on that with Todd Mondesi, the homie. And I also will be hosting the Broadway Fashionably Funny at Broadway Comedy Club next Friday, 10 p.m. And you guys know all my handles. Rodney Nails on everything. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Grindr.
No, Grindr is Sexy Scorpio. Look me up.
Yes, bitch, yes.
Always. Every Friday, I'm, co-host of Big Talking Brewskis with the fabulous Marissa Smith.
Woo!
So, Marissa Smith, where they can find you at?
You can follow me on Twitter at Marissa Smith. Follow this show on Twitter at Big Talk and Brew. My next show is going to be at Broadway Comedy Club on February the 22nd. Fashionably Funny.
Yeah.
I've got other gigs coming up, so just check out my social media. I will tag stuff. You can follow my other podcast and check it out, Blamestorming, at the Blamestorm. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and remember, if this was actually a national emergency, why is he golfing? Have a good night. Bye.